Morning YouTube. It's about 5:30 in the morning. Not sure you can hear the bird song, and I really wasn't sure what I was actually going to do for my next YouTube clip. Was sort of thinking about doing possibly a piss take on Mr. Towelface, who you'll find out about later, hopefully. Or weighing in on this is blackface racist? Of course it's fucking racist to do blackface if you're not, obviously you're white doing blackface. Or possibly weighing in on a comment in relation to this about how come White Girls is okay, the film White Girls is okay, but blackface isn't, which is like the stupidest thing I've come across in a while, or one of the stupidest. But my mind was kind of made up for me by this article I came across on Facebook. I've not even had a coffee yet, so this may come across way more aggressive than I mean it to, but basically the article was about this woman, 22-year-old woman, who has been accosted, assaulted, approached, whatever, verbally attacked in a toilet in North Carolina. She's 22 years old, she's cisgendered, okay? And for people that don't know, just briefly, it's been in the news and everything, briefly for people who don't know, transgender is when you identify with the gender that you were not born with, okay, that you were not assigned, you're the opposite gender to the one you were assigned to. Cisgendered is when you identify or are comfortable you're okay with the gender. You're not okay. It's the opposite. Cisgender is the opposite to transgender. So basically, you're okay with the gender that you were assigned or born with. Okay. Now, the reason this woman, Amy Toms, and I'm going to include the link in the description underneath. The reason Amy Toms, and swear to God, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. The reason she was approached and this woman had a go at her was because she had short hair. That's it. She had fucking short hair. And the reason she had short hair, and this is the real pisser here, okay? The reason this cisgendered woman had short hair is because the third time in her life she has donated her hair to a charity that makes wigs, right, for children who are fighting cancer and have lost their hair to chemotherapy, right? So she's got short hair, that's it, and she's wearing a baseball cap. And she was approached by this woman who's had a go at her and said, "You're not meant to be here, get out, get out. So, how dare you come into my toilet?" And she was like, "No, I should be here." And she turned to face this woman, and she's not exactly, should we say, this 22-year-old Amy Toms is, she's got some natural attributes to her, should we say. And, she's an attractive young woman as well. Very feminine looking, and I'm not saying that transgender people don't look feminine, because I know some that do. Or transgender women don't look female. That's not what I'm trying to say. Kind of gone off topic here slightly. Basically, the point I'm making is that, this woman was so, the go at this Amy Toms, was so up herself. How dare you come into my bathroom? What the fuck? And the article that I'm going to post opens it with this question of, has this law that's been passed in North Carolina created an atmosphere of fear? No, it's not created a fucking atmosphere of fear. What it's done is it's legitimised people's bigoted attitudes. It's not fear. Homophobia, transphobia is not a fear. It's like Morgan Freeman said. A phobia is a fear of something. If you have arachnophobia, yeah, you are scared of spiders. Okay? You don't hate spiders, you are scared of them. Homophobia, transphobia is not fear. You dislike these people because you don't fucking know them. You don't know me. I'm bisexual. But if you're biphobia, you don't know me. You're not scared of me. I'm not going to fucking attack you. You just don't know me. and you don't know the kind of person I am, so you got this image in your head that's fucked up and all wrong. Okay? So let's get this right. It's not transphobia, it's not homophobia, it's not biphobia, it's the same fucking thing as being sexist or racist. It's just bigoted bullshit, and the law has just legitimised it. It's not created an atmosphere of fear. It's not said you should be scared of transgender people. Okay? It has meant, it's telling people, putting in their heads, that if they want to turn around to somebody who they think, think is transgender, that they can then legally go up to that person and say, you can't be here, and that person can't do anything about it. Okay? So it's not creating an atmosphere of fear. It's playing into people's fears. People's stupid, bigoted, small-minded bullshit. And the thing that gets me, the thing that annoys me here, is this woman, Amy Toms, this brave young lady, okay, did something good, did something noble, and she's getting attacked because people think that some small-minded, ignorant bitch is saying, oh, you're trans, I think you're trans. How dare you judge somebody? How dare you turn around to somebody because they've got short fucking hair and say, you are this. Nobody has the right to put their judgments on what they think somebody is or what they think somebody should be. Okay? You don't get to tell somebody what their sexuality should be. You don't get to tell somebody what their gender should be. Okay? You don't get to judge. You don't get to decide. And the part of what pisses me off with this is the world had this conversation already. We had it in the 50s and the 60s in the United States. We had it in the 70s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s in South Africa. Okay? Only thing was, back then it was about colour. We had it in Northern Ireland when it was about religion. Who got to vote? You know, we've had these conversations already. Who gets to eat at the lunch counter? Who gets to drink from the water fountain? Who gets to sit at which part of the bus? We've had these conversations already, people, and we're still fucking having them. Those Stonewall riots was in the late 60s. The civil rights stuff theoretically should have fucking ended by now, but it hasn't. And it's pissing me off. And this Amy Toms woman had an amazing point in which she was said about how it was so awful to be threatened and judged, and could you imagine how trans people must feel being judged like that on a daily basis, being told you are not 100% of a human being, 100% of a person. Well, you know what? That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. Somebody out there wants to make themselves feel like more of a person, so they're going to judge somebody else and put them in a position where they are less of a person in their eyes. And that's bullshit. Okay? It is the biggest amount of bullshit you can fucking imagine. We're in a world that is the most scientifically advanced, technologically advanced world that we've ever had. Okay, I'll post this video onto YouTube in a minute. Sitting in my flat in merry old Britain, and there'll be people watching this in America, in Canada, in Australia, France, Bangladesh, Nepal, wherever, Brazil, you name it. People can watch me say this, and the thing that people don't get, forget about Hillary, forget about Bernie Sanders and Hillary, forget about Donald Trump for a second, okay? This is the thing that North Carolina and Tennessee and Mississippi have fucking forgotten about. Okay? It's no longer 1965 where the news and the comments were spread by a camera crew having to upload it, and world events taking hours, if not longer, to travel around the world. Okay, we live in a world where information travels at such a high fucking speed, and you know what, America? And I'm not judging Americans as a whole demographic, and I'm not judging America as a whole unit, as a whole complete people, whatever you want to call it, okay? Because I'm well aware of the fact that the world is watching Britain as well. But you know something, North Carolina? The world is watching. The world is watching you and the laws that you're making. The same in Mississippi, the same in Tennessee. The rest of America is watching. The rest of North Carolina, the rest of America is watching. Your neighbours, Canada and Mexico, the world, they're watching, and they're sitting there laughing and scratching their heads and thinking, what the fuck? Seriously. It's just tiring, and I don't know what to say other than what I've already just said. The whole fucking lot, going around in circles. You can't... Get your shit together, people. Get your shit together, America. Get your shit together, North Carolina. Because, like I say, the world is watching, and we're... I'm gonna go and make myself a coffee, bowl of porridge, try and calm the fuck down, and maybe later on I'll carry this rant on, because there is a few other things that probably got stuck away in my mind as to what I want to say, and I'm probably not articulating this as well as I want to, but it's that simple, yeah? We had this conversation. Stop fucking judging people by bullshit criteria, because that's what it is. It's bullshit criteria that you're laying on somebody else. You're saying that person doesn't represent the fake imaginary higher power. Okay, I'm an atheist and probably shouldn't have said fake imaginary. I'm sorry for insulting any religious groups out there. But, your imaginary friend in the sky, people are judging you and fighting over that because Muslim, because you're Christian, because you're Jewish, whatever. Or you're not the right colour, or you're not the right gender, or you're not the right sexuality. People are people. Start looking at each other and saying, that's a person. It's a human fucking being. To quote Sean Connery, here endeth the fucking lesson, man. Or to misquote Sean Connery. Bye for now, YouTube. I was about to say Facebook then. That's how pissed off I am. Bye for now, YouTube.